Hit it.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Life Theories. My name is Sarah, or Small Sarah Big Soul. I'm here with you, joining Diana from Trailblazers of the Universe and Jay from Journey of a Whitefeather. We're here to rap with you about the end of year stuff, and every week we join you and talk about spirituality, talk about all things mindset related, energy work, all the good stuff that makes our blood happy. So today's
Our
topic
blood
we're
happy.
going our blood happy. I don't know, that's stupid. I'm like our I was like our blood boil with joy, but I was like it's not boiling, it's happy. It just makes us joyful. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. I just did light therapy. I'm a little bit daisy.
Love it! Love it! Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is our local resident white
This
witch.
is Life Theories. We sometimes don't know what we're talking about, but
It is Sarah with her Boy George hat.
And today I'm Boy George.
For the audience, I mean,
yeah.
So,
the T. How about the TF moment?
There you go. See, there you go. Yeah. So,
the TF moment.
The unspeakable bond.
Yeah, dude. I went through some first of all, it was a lot of purging of emotions. The person, triggered me a lot. I triggered the person, right? We went through a lot of heavy stuff.
As they do.
But I didn't realize what this was, and, I've never felt, all my chakras, and the person is spiritually in tune, very, spiritually in tune.
Aligned? Attuned?
Yeah. And, so I think I was guarded at first. I'm like, someone's this close to my energy field. The person has psychic abilities, let's just say, stuff like that, right? So I was like, yo, I'm used to, okay, so talking about the veil being thin. First of all, I didn't know if I believed in this TF thing, right? I'll be honest. I wasn't sure. I heard y'all talking about it. I wasn't sure if it was just a fantasy. I'm not saying I didn't believe it, but I was skeptical, I didn't know. But then Jackie, the Akashic Record, told me I had one. I was like, all right. And then soon after, bam, this person comes out of the fucking blue. I'm all good. I'm stabilizing, I'm trying to move out, get my own place and everything. And now I just had a whole different level of spiritual awakening that I can't even put into words. And we're good. We went through some
damn TFs.
But we're good. We've been talking and we want to see what happens in the future, probably see some kind of, we have things we have to do on the planet together. Both of us, I agreed, and I've kind of consulted with my guides, as you would say. I usually don't say that, but I've kind of got the downloads, and I know I'm supposed to be doing something big with this person. There's a reason we met at this time. We were at the same frequency, and I'm kind of surprised because I kind of made fun of this shit, and now this shit has manifested in my life, and I was like, oh, this is some toxic shit.
You got everything you bloody well wanted, and you give it a crap, and now they go, oh my god.
And I'm almost surprised because look, we've talked about being in toxic relationships, being with, I was like, man, I want a guy that's more spiritually in tune. I want a guy that's emotionally available and all this stuff. And then, right in front of me, I'm like, oh my god. And I almost, self-sabotage it because I'm not fucking used to that. And I was just happy on my own. I'm good on my own kind of shit. I'm the Aries energy. And then, so it just kind of hit me for a loop. And now I have a whole spiritual awakening. I understand why I've been living here longer because I think I'm supposed to do something with it. I'm not putting anything into stone, but I have a feeling I'm supposed to, do something, get out of kind of some situations I'm in. I'm supposed to move forward, and now I'm like, oh shit, I need to get my shit together, more, I want to get my financial stuff, so I have options. I'm not saying for sure what I'm doing, but I know I'm... I was in all those groups I was in on Facebook. I just read this stuff and I'm like, are these people all in fantasy delusion or is this real? Are you telling me a soul is split into two different? It was just hard for me to process that mentally. That this person is my mirror, man. This is some crazy shit. I see when I look.
It's what I told you about why the twins split in the first place, right?
Karma, man. We have a similar life.
Heavy karmic load that one soul cannot possibly sort through on its own. So it needs to split into two in order to rebalance the karma that soul has created. Dude. And in two souls trying to work together to heal karmic patterns that had been happening with that one soul, there is going to be friction. you have to realize that when the karmic load is that heavy, so heavy, in fact, to split a soul in two,
that's horrible. I was like, damn,
it's
what
gonna
did I
cause
do, dude?
tension. So until that karma has settled out, and the lessons that soul needed to learn, the contracts are fulfilled, everything's fulfilled, that soul will not come back together in love until that karmic load is sorted through. One of the people that I'm working with that's become one of my teachers, she said something really interesting to me, which is like one of the things that, you know, as someone who practices the witchy poo, I guess that's what we're calling it for algorithm purposes.
Because they'll pick up the HR puffin stuff. Remember that show?
Right? Yeah, right. So with all of this magical stuff that I'm doing, it feels really good. And like what my teacher was telling me was like, there's breadcrumbs in your life that if you look back from where you are now at this point and try to follow the breadcrumbs, that like reverse engineer the breadcrumbs to like, what did life show you that if you had paid more attention to would have led you here sooner? And like where is the universe trying to show you or like lead you down a path with breadcrumbs to like get you to where you need to be? And it's not that you should be where you are sooner, because everything happens in divine timing and every lesson is learned at a reason, like at the right time for the right reason. But yeah, there's so many breadcrumbs in my life that following back, it's like, even when I was a little kid, me and my best friend, when we were 6 and 7 years old, she would dress up like a witch and I would wear my cat costume that my mom made me. And we would go grocery shopping with her mom together, dressed like a witch and a cat. And sometimes she would switch and be the cat and I would be the witch, or sometimes we would both be witches. But even that, like as early as 7 years old, that's how me and my best friend would put ourselves out into the world, was dressed like this. And we would go shopping and we would go on our daily life in the middle of summer, like it was nowhere near Halloween. We just wanted to be this. So that's what we did. And her mom was so awesome. She just let us dress however we wanted when we went to the grocery store. So even back to like those breadcrumbs. So it just feels very like, it's very self-validating to be like, okay, you know what? Like a part of me knew this is where I would end up. This is where I've ended up. And I'm coming into my own in such a beautiful way. And like, I know I'm not there yet. I'm just learning a lot of this, like, quote unquote, magical stuff. Other than like, you know, the straight up spirituality and consciousness stuff and trauma informed stuff that I've been studying for the last 5 years. Yeah, like there's a lot in my life that kind of led me to like, this is what you're gonna be. And it started really young. And now that I'm like looking back at that, it's like, oh, okay, touche, universe. Like, I get you. Like, I'm picking it up and it feels really good. Like, I know I'm not fully there yet, but it feels really good to know that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And the universe was sort of like nudging me in this direction the whole time. It just took me getting through my stuff and my karma to like get here. And it feels really good.
You got this right colors on and everything. It just fits. Like, I'm very big into character. Well, it's not character development too, it's enhancement. So you're bringing out your real personality. You know, that's deliberately why I grab my guitar everything. That's my persona.